There is light. There. Not the kind the eyes see, but the kind the soul knows. A soft golden shimmer suspended in the unseen. That light is your higher self, always with you, always guiding, always waiting for the moment you say yes to deeper connection. It has been whispering through your intuition, your dreams, your longings. It has waited patiently as you learned, stumbled, grew. And now it leans in closer. I am with you, it says, not in words, but in energy. I have always been with you. Let those words move through your entire field like a wave of light. No resistance, no fear, just knowing. Let it touch the places inside you that have longed to be seen, the parts of you that held on when everything else was slipping away. This moon sees those parts. It does not ask you to fix them. It only asks you to feel them, to bless them, and to let them breathe. Repeat within. Everything I need is already within me. There is an ease that follows surrender, a softness, a sense that you no longer have to carry the weight of who you thought you needed to be. You don't need to chase alignment. You simply allow it. In the quiet, you are already becoming the version of yourself your spirit has always seen, whole, rooted, radiant. All around you, energy is rebalancing, old patterns are loosening, hidden truths are surfacing, not to overwhelm, but to liberate. This is what real release feels like, not chaos, not drama, just peace. A quiet undoing of everything that was never truly yours. It may come as tears, as tingles, as a sudden inhale that feels like your first real breath in years. However it comes, honor it. You are witnessing your own rebirth. Above, the moon glows with quiet brilliance. She asks for nothing and offers everything. Her gift is reflection, not instruction. Under her light, you see yourself, not the masks, not the roles, but you, the you that is eternal, the you that is worthy, the you that is ready. Feel that truth settle in every cell. This is not an escape. This is an arrival. You are not becoming someone else. You are remembering yourself piece by piece. You are reclaiming your light. And from this light you will rise, not as someone who was lost, but as someone who chose to return, to truth, to trust, to soul. In your own way, whisper this vow, not to the world, but to your soul. I will no longer dim my light to fit where I've outgrown. The moon has heard you. The universe has received your intention. What was spoken in silence echoes through realms you cannot yet see. But they are moving. They are responding. And now, your only task is to trust. The energy of this moon event is not just stirring the atmosphere. It's stirring your very soul. It reaches into the invisible realms of your being and gently touches what you thought was forgotten, what you buried to survive, what you silenced to keep the peace. This is the kind of energy that doesn't ask permission. It arrives with ancient purpose. It moves with divine timing. And when it reaches you, something inside breaks, not in destruction, but in release. This is not a surface-level awakening. This is cellular, spiritual, and soul-deep. It is the kind of shift that cannot be undone. And it does not come to everyone all at once. It comes to those who are ready, to see with new eyes, hear with an unburdened heart, and rise from the ashes of their old patterns, not as someone better, but as someone true. You may have felt it already, the tremble of clarity, the quiet unraveling of what no longer fits, the sudden realization that the life you've been tolerating isn't the life you're meant to live. It comes in soft moments first, a glance that lingers too long on something you once ignored, a feeling that rushes through your chest and doesn't ask for logic, a knowing that appears in dreams, numbers, signs, and sensations. These are not accidents, they are alignments. And the truth behind this moon's message is simple, yet overwhelmingly powerful. You are ready now. Not when the world gives you permission, not when the wounds are all healed, not when the timing feels perfect. Now. This is not about becoming someone new. This is about finally becoming yourself, without apology, without shame, without waiting. What this moon reveals above all else is that your soul has been whispering to you your entire life, and the only thing that kept you from hearing it was the noise you thought you had to survive, the expectations, the conditioning, the fear, the roles you were given instead of the truth you came here to live. But in this light, none of that holds power anymore, not unless you choose to carry it forward. You may suddenly remember parts of yourself that never made sense before. Why you feel deeply, why you've always known things before they happen, why you crave meaning when others chase distraction. These are not flaws, these are sacred signatures of who you are. You are a mirror of the divine, wrapped in skin and experience. And this moon does not just reflect the sky, it reflects that divinity back to you. For so long, the world has tried to convince you that awakening must look like perfection, that healing must be tidy, that your spiritual path must be serene and easy. But this moon tells a deeper truth. Awakening is messy, it is raw, it is often lonely, because to truly awaken, you must let go of what everyone else told you to be. And in that letting go, you will grieve, not because you were wrong, but because you believed you had to be. The power of this moon lies in its honesty. It does not bring magic through fantasy. It brings it through truth, through illumination, through the kind of radical self-acceptance that shakes the foundations of everything false. It burns away illusion, not with anger, but with clarity. It does not scream, it simply shines. And in that shining, it reveals what's real. You will feel this moon inside of you, not just tonight, not just in fleeting emotions, but in the days to come, when you speak differently, walk differently, choose differently. You will notice the shift in what you tolerate, in how you hold your boundaries, in how you soften where you once hardened and rise where you once shrank. And the greatest revelation of all is this. The version of you you've been waiting to become. They're not far away. They're already here. Beneath the layers, behind the fear, beneath the scripts you were handed. This moon peels them back, one by one. Not to leave you exposed, but to finally let you breathe. Your voice is returning. Your vision is sharpening. Your energy is no longer scattered in 10 directions just to be accepted. You are reclaiming yourself in pieces, in pulses, in waves of sacred remembrance. And that is the true miracle. Not that the universe is finally speaking to you, but that you are finally listening. This is the turning point. The moment you stop living on autopilot. The moment you stop bending yourself to fit timelines that were never yours. This moon does not come to fix your life. It comes to awaken the part of you that knows how to rebuild it, from the soul outward, from the roots, from truth. And you will not return to the old path, not because you've outgrown it, but because you finally remember how it felt to live from your spirit, not your survival. That is the gift of this revelation, not a new identity, but a clear connection to the essence that was never lost, only hidden. Everything changes now, because now you see, and once you see, you cannot unsee. That is the beautiful disruption this moon brings, clarity that cuts through confusion, awakening that undoes everything false, and vision that demands action, not because you are being forced, but because your soul refuses to be silent any longer. There is no going back, and that is not a loss, it is a liberation. You may feel the old version of yourself slipping away, the version that accepted too little, the version that kept quiet to keep the peace, the version that carried burdens that were never hers to hold. She's fading now, not because she was wrong, but because she was exhausted. She did her job. She kept you safe when safety was the only priority. But this moon whispers, safety is not the same as alignment. You're no longer here just to survive. You're here to thrive, to shine, to become. There's a fire rising within you now, but it's not the fire of destruction. It's the fire of remembering, the fire of sacred truth, the fire of creation. It burns through everything stagnant and lifeless, so that what is real, what is purposeful, what is yours, can finally breathe. You may feel this fire in your decisions, in the way you speak your truth with trembling confidence, in the way you no longer shrink when someone doubts your light. That is not rebellion. That is embodiment. This moon reveals the real reason you've been so restless lately, not because you're lost, but because your soul has been knocking on the door louder and louder, saying, it's time. Time to stop waiting. Time to stop deferring your dreams. Time to stop pretending you don't know who you are. You do. You've always known. You just needed space, clarity, and a moment sacred enough to remember. And that moment is now. You may begin to notice synchronicities increasing, not as magic tricks, but as signposts, sacred alignments. The universe has always been communicating with you, but now you're finally tuned in. You may hear a song that echoes what's in your heart. You may meet someone who speaks a truth you've been too afraid to say out loud. You may wake up feeling different, lighter, closer to yourself. Your energy is no longer looping through old stories. It is moving forward, reaching, expanding. You are drawing in what you once chased, and that's the shift. That's the revelation. You don't have to beg for alignment. You become alignment. You don't have to hunt for worth. You embody it. This moon reminds you that your power has never been in how loud you shout or how hard you push. It has always been in your willingness to listen, to trust, and to rise in stillness. And there's more, something even deeper. This moon doesn't just reveal your truth, it reveals your legacy. The ripple effect of your healing, the way your growth will touch others, the way your courage to be authentic will free those around you to do the same. Every step you take in alignment becomes an invitation for someone else to return home to themselves. There will be moments ahead where you'll question yourself again. That's part of it. The ego resists what the soul already knows. But now you have the tools, you have the clarity, you felt the truth in your bones, and no one can take that from you. You are not who you were before this moon rose. You are no longer asleep. This moon event may only last a night in the sky, but within you it plants something eternal, a seed that will bloom, not in one day, but over the seasons of your becoming. Tend to it, trust it, protect it, and when doubt whispers again, return to this truth. You are not behind, you are not broken, you are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be, and everything is just beginning. If you felt even a flicker of truth rise within you during this message, then trust, it was meant for you. This moon did not cross your path by accident. This alignment, this moment, this inner awakening. It's divine timing in motion. You didn't just stumble upon this message, you were called to it. Because you're ready. Because something inside you knows, this is your time to rise. If your soul is stirring, if your heart feels full, or your eyes feel heavy with emotion, then you've already begun the shift. That means you're not alone. Others are waking up too. Others are standing in the same light you are, and we are all part of something much bigger than ourselves. We are not just individuals having a spiritual experience. We are a family of light, remembering who we are together. This is the moment to stay connected. This is the space to be seen, to be supported, to grow alongside others who are on the same path. If you're feeling aligned, if this message resonated with your spirit, don't keep it to yourself. Share this energy. Like this video to ripple the light even further. And if your voice is rising within you, let it speak. Leave a comment, express what you're feeling, and become part of this sacred conversation. We read every word, we feel every presence, and your energy adds to this awakening wave. If you haven't yet, subscribe and become part of this sacred space, where messages like this are shared not just to inform, but to transform. When you join us, you're not just clicking a button, you're stepping into a collective that values truth, healing, and the beauty of spiritual rebirth. You're saying yes to your growth, yes to your intuition, yes to divine timing. Remember, what's happening around this moon is not a coincidence. It is a powerful activation of truth, of remembrance, of soul purpose. The universe is opening doors now that may have been invisible before. So stay present, stay grounded, stay open. Listen to what your spirit is whispering, not just tonight, but in the days to come. These moments matter. These alignments matter. And you matter. You are not too late. You are not too early. You are exactly on time. The moon has marked this moment for you, and from here, everything begins to shift. Stay close to this energy. Stay close to your truth. And know that whatever unfolds next, you are supported, guided, and deeply, unconditionally loved. Until next time, keep shining, keep remembering, keep walking your path with purpose. You're almost out of time because on June 17th, a moon unlike any in your lifetime seals its orbit, and when it does, something in your life either locks in or vanishes. This isn't symbolic, this is structural. The universe is realigning, and you're already in its path. If you felt anxious without a reason, if people around you seem off, it's because the shift has already started, and it's hunting what's unaligned. This moon doesn't rise gently, it scans, and anything false, anything half-healed, it tears. By tomorrow night, the frequency will finalize, and if you're not tuned in, you'll feel it in the worst way, as regret. Because this energy won't knock twice, and you won't get another chance to meet the version of yourself waiting on the other side. This moon event arriving on June 17th is a sacred turning point written in the stars long before you were born. It is not random. It is not ordinary. This is a celestial activation, an ancient pulse of energy that moves through the sky only when the soul is ready to rise, and your soul is ready. This moment holds the power to awaken something forgotten within you, something pure, something eternal. You may feel it already, a gentle pull in your chest, a quiet knowing that change is near. As this moon bathes the earth in its silver light, it will stir the waters of your emotions, loosen the tight knots of your past, and open channels within you that have been closed for far too long. Spiritually, it will clear the fog. Emotionally, it will soften the pain, and physically, it will remind your body how to feel light again. This is your invitation to step forward, not as who you were, but as who you were always meant to be. If you feel the energy of this moment, type, "I'm ready" in the comments. Like this video if your soul resonates with it, and subscribe to join our spiritual family. This moon event on June 17th is not just a glow in the night sky. It is a sacred signal, a divine bell ringing across the universe, summoning those who are ready to remember who they truly are. To understand its power, we must first step beyond what the eyes can see and feel the energy beneath the surface. Because this moon is not simply light, it is language, it is vibration. It is the voice of the cosmos speaking directly to the soul. June is the 6th month, a number that carries the vibration of harmony, healing, and inner alignment. In numerology, the number 6 represents spiritual responsibility and heart-centered living. It is the number of balance between the material and the divine, And when a full moon rises in this sacred month, it doesn't just illuminate the sky, it illuminates us. It asks, are you living in alignment with your higher self? Are you making choices from fear or from love? Now, the date, June 17th, adds another layer of divine coding. In numerological terms, 1 is initiation, and 7 is spiritual awakening. 1 is the seed, the spark of new beginnings. 7 is the seeker, the mystic, the number of deep inner truth. Together they form a gateway, 1 and 7, a portal that calls you to begin again, but this time from wisdom, not from woundedness. Astrologically, this moon is woven into the web of the current planetary energies. Depending on where it falls in your personal chart, you may experience it as a moment of profound clarity, an emotional release, or a sudden urge to let go of everything that no longer serves your soul's journey. But universally, it holds one message: return to your truth, return to what's real. Return to the essence of who you were before the world told you who to be. This is not just a full moon, it is a cosmic mirror. And under its light, everything false begins to fade. It reveals what is broken, not to punish, but to purify. It lifts the veil and says, look, this is where you've been hiding. This is where you forgot your power. And then it offers you the chance to come home to yourself. Think of it like this. The moon is the soul's lantern in the dark forest of life. It doesn't always show you the whole path, but it reveals the next step. And this moon, this June 17th moon, is shining a light on the next step your spirit has been yearning to take. Emotionally, you might feel waves of nostalgia, sudden tears, or a deep desire to reconnect with yourself, with others, with something greater. These are not random feelings. They are sacred signals. They are your soul responding to the pull of something ancient and divine. Spiritually, this moon opens a sacred gate. For some, it may come through as dreams filled with symbols. For others, it may feel like déjà vu, a sensation that you've been here before, or that something important is just beyond the veil. And physically, you may notice changes too. Fatigue as your energy recalibrates, restlessness as your spirit prepares to shed its old skin. But through it all, there is one constant: the invitation. The invitation to awaken, to rise, to remember. Because the universe doesn't shout, it whispers. And this moon is one of those whispers, soft, sacred, but filled with the power to change everything. If you're listening, if your heart is open, then this moment is for you. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Let this moment become more than silence. Let it become sacred. As the moon prepares to rise in her full glory, the energy begins to gather in quiet waves, circling you, wrapping around you like a soft silver cloak. Everything that was heavy begins to fall away. All the noise from the world, the doubts, the distractions, the pressure to be anything other than your true self, begins to fade into the background. You are not here by accident. You were called. There is something ancient within you that recognizes this moment, a knowing that stretches beyond this life, beyond time. You have stood under moons like this before, in lives your mind has forgotten, but your soul remembers. And each time, the moon was a messenger, a gentle teacher, a silent companion, reminding you that you are never alone, never lost, only returning. Now, feel the energy begin to rise from the core of the earth, not with sound, but with presence. It begins in the soles of your feet, an almost imperceptible warmth, and slowly begins to move upward. There is no need to chase it, no need to control it. It knows where to go. It knows what you need. As it moves through your body, it gathers the fragments of your strength that you gave away, pieces of your power left in moments of fear, disappointment, or silence. One by one, they return to you, not as broken shards, but as light, pure and whole. The energy spirals upward, resting briefly in your heart. This is where the moon will speak to you, not in words, but in memory. The kind of memory that doesn't come from your mind, but from your essence. A truth that says, you are not behind, you are not late, you are not broken, you are exactly where you were meant to be, and you are becoming everything you were born to remember. Let that truth settle in your chest like soft embers. Let it burn away the illusions you've carried, the belief that you had to be perfect to be loved, that you had to be useful to be worthy, that your sensitivity was something to hide. None of those are yours to carry anymore. The moon sees you fully, and it holds no judgment, only reflection. Above you now, the sky shifts, not in color, but in depth. A sacred veil pulls back, and if you listen closely, there's a vibration in the stillness, not a sound, a presence. It calls to the part of you that wants to grow even when it's afraid. The part of you that wants to trust again, to love again, to believe in magic, not the kind from stories, but the real kind. The magic that lives in alignment, in surrender, in choosing to believe that this life is not just happening to you, but through you. Repeat softly in your heart, I am open to receive, and I am ready to release. Let those words echo through your entire being, not just as affirmations, but as activations. Every syllable is an agreement between your soul and the universe, a sacred contract renewed under this moon. You may notice a warmth behind your eyes, a softness in your breath, a sensation that you can't explain. That's not imagination, that is alignment. The veil between the seen and unseen is thin now, and your body, your temple, is receiving what your spirit has always known. You are more than this moment. You are the culmination of lifetimes. You are the hope of every ancestor who prayed for freedom, for love, for peace. And now you are here, choosing to rise. A gentle stillness moves into your shoulders, your arms, your hands. The weight of old expectations begins to melt. The pressure to keep holding everything, fixing everything, explaining everything, it's leaving you now. You are allowed to just be in this sacred moment. You are not a role, a title, a task. You are essence. You are light wrapped in form. There is no right way to feel. There is only what is rising. Allow it. Welcome it. Bless it. The quiet expands, not as emptiness, but as space being made for something new. This is where the moon's wisdom begins to settle into your bones, not as a thought, but as an inner shift, an alignment that doesn't need to be seen to be real. Deep within, something begins to stir, a remembrance, a return. You don't need to force it. It's already happening. In the stillness, there is movement, subtle, sacred, undeniable. The heart does not beat only to keep time, it beats to the rhythm of your truth. Every pulse is a signal from the divine saying, you're alive for a reason, you're awakening for a purpose. You are not here to repeat the past, you are here to create what has never been created before. A life rooted in awareness, a life filled with meaning, a life that feels like yours.